All right, I'm here at Marsh. Had a really great time skating my backyard ramp last week. Need a little updates. Keep watching. I'll have more revisions in the future. It's kind of limited right now. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think the project is going to be really fun. It's been a dream of mine since I was a kid to have some sort of a backyard ramp. And although right now it's not super functional, I think in the future it's going to evolve into this really cool little skate park area for me to play on when I don't want to drive 30 minutes to get to a skate park. So I'm still on the Fifth Elements. These are the new Roces UFS Fifth Elements. I swapped out the frames for 50-50 balance frames. I think the the Roces frames, are actually really good. Only critiques, first of all, I didn't like the groove. I think that the pre-groove of this angle is really nice. The one with the Volo frame, I think it came a little too high. So I prefer this. I think the Volo frame, if you broke them in and if you skated real ledges for, a couple hours, you would get a really nice groove. I haven't done that, and I don't have a real ledge that I can skate right now. So these are the best option for me. Second thing is I really hated those wheels. They ship with a 60 millimeter 93A wheel. I did not check the hardness, but they were definitely hard. And that's just not ideal for me, especially for skating anti-rocker. I have a feeling those wheels will last a long time, but I guess I'm at the point where I want the best wheels that I can, rather than wheels that will last forever. I don't mind buying wheels every couple of months. If I'm going to get something a little softer, a little more responsive, a little grippier, so that I have a better skating experience. So I'm back on the 50-50 58 millimeter 88A samples. The 88A mil wheels are coming soon. We had some delays with production, but they are on their way, I promise. Production is hard, and trying to get things nailed down so that they're on a schedule when you're a small company and there are a lot of big companies ordering wheels, can be a little difficult. So apologize for the delay, but the wheels are in progress, and I hope to have an update for when they'll be available quickly. So one of the big problems that I had with this skate was the sizing. I think that the Fifth Element fits my foot really well. The problem is this is a fairly wide boot. I measured it on the last episode of Gear Talk, and the length is fine. I think this length is like 29.5. My foot is 28.5. So if you add 5 millimeters for the liner in the front and 5 millimeters for the liner in the back, I'm right at the perfect length. And I feel like this is the perfect length. It feels really good lengthwise. And I compared it to the USD7, which is my favorite feeling skate. And it's the same length. It's 29.5. The problem with this is the width. Now, the width isn't that much wider than the USD7. The problem is that the inside of this is slippery. So if you take a look, I'll take this liner out. If you take a look at the bottom of the liner, it's a really slick, like fake leather, which wouldn't be a problem, but the inside is also this really slick boot. So there is nothing keeping this liner from moving around. It just slips around all over the place. And I compared that to the inside of my USD7, and it has this almost like cardboardy particle board feel to it, where it's kind of like pegboard, like the inside of pegboard. If you've ever hung pegboard, probably not, but it's like this weird, like almost woody material, and it keeps your foot from sliding. So maybe the width of this isn't the problem. Maybe the fact that the inside of it is slippery. I don't know. So today I brought a couple solutions that I'm going to try out. First is this is just the little plastic insole that came with my Them 908s. It's nothing special. It is a piece of cut out plastic that has little ridges in it, but it's going to stop my foot from sliding, that's for sure. If that doesn't work, I have these Intuition squishy insoles that are going to add a little bit of shock absorption, but they're also going to keep my foot from sliding, absolutely keep it from sliding. The problem with these is they're thick. So I don't know that I want this much rise inside the boot. I feel like it might not fit super well. But if the thin plastic one doesn't work, I'm going to have to give it a shot. All right, nice and warm. I feel like I'm flying out of this little ramp. I usually have a few warm-ups, but today it just feels real natural. I don't know if it's the wheels being softer or the skates just feeling good, but I definitely feel like my airs are more dialed in this week than usual. All right, try some grinds. Locking on so solid. Oh, feels so good. Sole tricks on these skates. Just amazing. Like the difference, I don't know if it's the material. It's got to be, I guess. But the difference between these and my USD7s, it's just a different feeling altogether. These, when I lock, I feel like it's a softer lock, but I'm getting the same speed on my grind. With the USD7, I get a very like glassy, almost like metallic feeling when I lock. It's the sole plate, I know, it's the sole plate. The material that they use is really, really hard. And that's not a bad thing, but when I lock, I don't have the solid lock that I have with these. These things, I lock and I just feel like I'm floating. Oh, it feels good. Some alignment issues. Had a really hard time with that zero spin porn, but finally nailed it and feels good. Zero sole felt great. Yeah, no issues with soles. All right, here comes some Roces. Holy hell. Oh my God. I mean, they feel so good for Royale tricks. Not even funny. I mean, it's this solid lock. It's this sit down on it, put all the pressure that I can on the groove of the sole plate, and just ride it out. Front side, back farv, unity. All of my tricks, just first try. Very little issue. I'm loving this. This is a great Grinderblader setup. So these skates feel much better. So I tightened the buckle a couple more times, and I definitely tightened down the laces. The insoles, I don't know that it makes much of a difference, to be honest. I think that tightening things down made a big difference. But I'm going to keep them in there for a while and see if that slipping feeling comes back. But my feet feel good. I think the trick to these Fifth Elements is if you can size down, do it. I'm a 44, and the shell is 43-44. If I were a 43, I would probably get the 41-42 shell. I think that's the trick. And thanks to my friend Sasha for doing the research over at Grindhouse and trying on all the skates. I think if you're on that shell break, the low end of the shell, you should go down a shell. If you're on the upper end, you're right where I am, which is you just got to make it work. If you were a 45, definitely you can fit into the 44. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. 360 this month. So blading community, if you are interested in participating, we'd love to have you. The trick this month is the 360. It can be forward, it can be fakie, doesn't matter. Just make sure that you do it from a roll. You can't do it off of a grind. You can't do it off a stall or anything like that. It's got to be a rolling 360. I'm going to try that next week. I just don't have the energy today. Everybody, thanks for watching. I'm exhausted, but I'll see you next week.